Welcome to the Watering Hole. We're sitting down today with Mr. Steve Rice of No Justice.
Hello, everybody.
So you're headlining Calf Fry Christmas Day at the Tumbleweed. What's it like to come back to the Tumbleweed? I think we were talked to you here about a year ago now. I think.
Yeah, that's probably the last time we played here.
Yeah.
It's good. It's pretty cool to be back on. We haven't played on that north stage in quite a while, so I think the last several times we played here have been on the other stage. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of nostalgic coming back and playing on that one.
Yeah,
pretty fun.
Yeah, that's awesome.
So what have you been up to in the last year, I guess, since we saw you?
Just stripping for dollars, trying to make mine.
I got to respect the hustle,
Yeah. It's a side hustle. I don't really make enough money to call it a full-time job.
You do it for the love of the game then.
Absolutely, yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not enough to report it on taxes or anything.
No, well, and it's all cash transactions. So. No, I've been just enjoying time with family, working, just doing normal dad shit.
Yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
That's kind of. It's not I don't have the glamorous lifestyle that I used to live, but it's still cool.
Yeah.
I guess for me.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you messed up your leg there for a while too, right?
Yeah, I was trying to kick it. Yeah. Yeah, I did. I had a surgery on my foot, but wore boots too long, I guess.
Yeah.
I'm back.
So are you guys
there's an intense rehab session, that ensued.
Yeah.
Do you kind of do like a steady rehearsal type thing, or is it just kind of whenever you have a show you play?
Yeah, whenever we have a show, pretty much. So I mean, we did it for so long. I mean, we played for 13 years, so a lot of that stuff. I mean, we do get together and just go over the set list.
Yeah.
Usually one night before the show. So we got together Tuesday and went through everything. So just to make sure that we don't mess anything up, I don't forget the words to my own songs.
Is there ever any rust that you kind of got to break through, just having kind of a longer break between some of your shows?
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, for me, I don't play guitar a lot at home. So for me, it's like the calluses on my fingers will kind of go away. And, whenever I toured, my voice, I would almost get used to this, to my vocal range being somewhat kind of weathered, or a little raspy, a little more raspy than normal. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of different coming back and singing whenever, my voice is in really good shape because, for a long time it just, the road did not allow that.
Yeah.
So, staying up till 4 at night and doing whatever we did, it's kind of learn how to sing a certain way, I guess, and go work with what you have rather than being 100%. So it's kind of nice to be able to have that range back and come back and be able to do things that, I normally, in my opinion, didn't think I did as well, whenever we were touring full time.
I mean, we listened to a little bit of sound check, and I got to say, you guys are sounding really good. I'm really excited to see the show, and Bryce on the keys, it just adds a little touch that's just fantastic.
I'd put that band up against anybody. I mean, they're a great group of guys to hang out with, and they're just phenomenal musicians. I mean, in my opinion, they're one of the best out there. So it's always good to have that kind of confidence, as far as being, singing with them. It's always good to have that kind of confidence. Just know they're going to execute it and do what they need to do, and it's going to sound badass. And, they may even make up some stuff, and it still sounds good. So I'm like, all right.
So when you guys were on the road a lot, did you guys ever go out and do some fun things in between shows? What would you guys ever I don't know, go bowling or something like that as a team? Yeah,
I mean we did all kinds of stuff. Just Patrick would always find really cool mom and pop restaurants for us to go to. I based all of them off of chicken fried steak, mashed potatoes, and gravy. Yeah. So I was like, when I went there, I'd be like, let's go to a chicken fried place. We'd go, and we've had a lot of really good restaurants. But yeah, we'd go bowling sometimes, go watch a movie. But a lot of the times everybody just wanted to be by themselves, too, because we're together so often. Yeah. And that bus gets really small really quick whenever you're traveling over a week, together. And so, a lot of people just kind of went and did their own thing.
Yeah. I think we've heard that from a good amount of people. Yeah. He's like, man, we're just together so often. It's we like to hang out with each other, but there's a certain cap limit on how much time you want to spend with a group of people.
I like you, but get the hell out of here.
Yeah.
Are you a Spotify or an Apple Music user?
Spotify.
Okay. Did you do the Spotify Wrapped thing that's going around? Do you know what Spotify Wrapped is?
Nope.
Okay.
Well, I'm kind of I don't get on that shit.
Well, it's basically it gives you a summary of the last year, what you've listened to, the artists.
Oh yeah. I just didn't know what it was called.
So I'm an Apple Music user, but the Don't Walk Away is in my top 15 songs. I think we talked about that song last time, how much I love that song. But I was going to ask you what was in your Spotify rap, but since you didn't do it, what do you think would be?
No, I did now since you say that, because I just didn't know it was called this. I thought you were saying Spotify rap, like I was listening to like Kool Moe Dee or Tupac. I had, let's see, I had the two juniors. I had Gary Clark Jr., Stephen Wilson Jr. Right. I had Red Clay Strays, a friend of mine from down in West Texas, Rhett Jager. I don't know if you guys heard of him.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Very good artist. Of course, just the typical, stuff that popped up like Zach Bryan and Blackberry Smoke and, a bunch of the guys that I listened to, that I grew up playing with, like, Randy Rogers and so on and so forth. I mean, all those guys are on there because I listened to that. It kind of takes me back a little bit and to the good old days. But most of my stuff's pretty eclectic. I mean, I had some like 90s rock on there. I had, old country, new country. I mean, I listen to some Nashville country too. I mean, if it's a good song, I listen to it. And so it's like, everybody's like, oh, you want Morgan Wallen or I'm like, I don't care. Music's music. I don't care if they, you think they sold their soul to the devil or whatever, sold it to pop culture, or I just don't really give it. If it's a good song, it's a good song in my opinion.
Yeah. And now you mentioned Red Clay Strays. I think the last time we talked to you, you were telling us about like you just kind of started getting into them.
Yeah.
And we weren't super familiar with them at the time. I mean, we'd heard them a little bit, but then they started to like really take off after that. So you were kind of on the forefront.
I'm on the pulse of pop culture for sure.
We got to talk to them at Calf Fry. And I mean, even since Calf Fry, they've been like blowing up everywhere.
Yeah, they're moving fast.
Yeah, for sure. And you brought up Red Jager as well. I'm a huge Red Jager fan.
Yeah, I think he kind of sounds like what's the guy's name in the Eagles? Is it Glenn Fry? I can't remember. It sounds like somebody from the Eagles.
Oh,
when it like the song "Stuck in 303."
Yeah.
I mean, he's.
Oh, yes, you're right. Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
He's old school, but I've known Red for like a long time back when he was working at the Blue Light in Lubbock, and we would just after party together. And I always thought he had a good voice. So I'm really excited to see his career, doing well.
Yeah, I've been waiting for him to drop a show like somewhere in the area, and it just hasn't happened yet.
I don't know if he's touring or not. I just know it pops up on my Spotify.
He kind of does a couple shows here and there. I think he's playing in Vegas here at some point, and just every once in a while, it's just kind of like not like a put together tour, but just kind of like random shows.
Yeah,
and I've been just waiting for him to do something near, and I'm like, I'm going to that. No matter.
Yeah, he's a good dude too. So I mean, it's a well deserved popularity, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, you keep up with the NFR or anything like that?
Is that a PlayStation game?
Close. Yeah.
No, not really.
Okay. I think
you talking about the rodeo?
Yeah.
I don't keep up with it. I like to watch it when it's on, but I'm kind of, my wife always thinks it's funny too because I just recently started watching like college football. Like if it's not Oklahoma State, I wouldn't watch it. But I like watching good college football games. I don't watch pro NFL at all. But she used to, when I was touring, I never watched any games because I'd always be sleeping or or traveling. And I watch some. So I mean, I'm not like I'm a big football fan, but I don't know all their names, the players' names, and all their history and stuff. She would know all that stuff. So she'd be like, "Oh, so and so." I'm like, I got nothing.
Yeah. So I would assume that the reason why you're probably branching out from Oklahoma, just all watching Oklahoma State games, has probably been the season that we've had this.
It hasn't been easy, but if you've been a lifelong Oklahoma State fan, we're pretty used to it. I mean, it's not not to that excess. I mean, that was a pretty tough year for the guys, but I mean, we've had those years where we've been having tied with win losses and things like that, and I don't know. It doesn't bother me. I just like watching a good game and like supporting our team, and we still bleed orange no matter what happens at our house.
That's how you know you're a real fan. Even though we were terrible this year, I would still love to. I wish we were in a bowl game just because I want to watch OSU play.
Yeah,
even if I know we're going to get stomped out, I just want to watch us play.
It's a good reason to drink beer, make chili.
Exactly.
You make chili? Homemade chili?
I made deer chili. It's good.
I was just about to ask if you.
We cook a lot at my house. have a nice smoker and like a flat iron and all that stuff.
Now the age-old question is: beans in the chili or no beans?
Beans.
In the chili?
Yeah,
okay.
I'm going beans. I put all kinds of stuff in there. I put cilantro in there.
Really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, I kind of put my little kick on it.
Okay.
Have you ever done like any like chili cook-offs or anything like that?
No, I never have. I've tested a lot of them,
Yeah.
but yeah, so I know what I like and what I don't like.
Yeah.
And most of the time, if I'm cooking, venison deer meat and put it in the chili, I try to mask it with something so my wife can't tell it's deer meat, but she always can. So,
Are you a deer hunter?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you get anything this year?
Not yet. My son and he got his first deer last year. He's 17. He's actually coming out tonight. My kids are going to be at the show.
Cool.
Oh, very cool.
My daughter is a freshman here. She's a Gamma Phi here at OSU, and then my son's 17. So they're starting to come out to show. So now I have to watch what I say, and what I do, and how I represent myself. And it's weird for me because I usually just fly off the cuff and do weird stuff.
Have you ever thought about embarrassing her at
No.
at the show tonight?
No, I wouldn't do that to her. I embarrass myself enough. I don't need to add somebody else into the mix. Got to concentrate on one.
Do you rifle hunt, bow hunt?
Both.
Okay.
Yeah. Anything that flies or tastes good, I shoot it and eat it.
Okay.
That's awesome. Are you a fisherman as well?
I mean, I say that. I'm not a fisherman.
Yeah.
I fish.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't have 5 tackle boxes full of different lures. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, I've got like a tackle box of about 10 lures, and that does me for, 10 years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I enjoy fishing whenever I get the time to.
Yeah.
You got the push button Zebco.
I know I do have a good rod and reel.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go do something, I'm at least have good gear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't blame it on the gear. It's just the person.
Have you ever played have you ever been into like tennis or like sports like that, like recreational?
Do I look like a tennis player to you?
Well, last time I said you look like a golfer,
Yeah.
so I had to bring up tennis.
Hey, I have golfed quite a bit since the last time we talked.
Oh, really?
I still suck, but
Yeah.
I'm good at drinking beer in the cart, and I play well enough to have fun. But no, I don't do anything else. No tennis, no pickleball. No.
Well, that's where I was going with that.
Yeah, I hadn't got in on the pickleball train. I played it a couple times with some friends, but that's too much work for me.
Really?
I mean, I want to sit down and eat and enjoy myself. I don't want to.
It's not as relaxing.
I'm not trying to get up there and sweat.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your beer of choice?
I like Miller.
Miller?
Yeah.
Full flavor or light?
Light.
Nice.
Yeah. No. Yeah. So we back when we used to drink a lot of Bud Light back when we were sponsored by Anheuser-Busch, and then thankfully that was before the big catastrophe happened, and we were well into Miller Lite before that. But the Miller crews just always treated us so great, and we had such a good relationship with them, and they really supported us well. So I'll drink that till I don't drink anymore.
How do you go about and we may have talked about this last time too, but how did you guys go about getting like a sponsorship from like an alcohol company?
They just saw we like to drink a lot of beer.
That's perfect. Perfect.
No,
advertisement.
so Todd Equalizer, he's a friend of mine that we've known, good friend, and he does all the casinos and stadiums like all around the Midwest.
Yeah.
And he just kind of came to us, and we discussed it and talked for quite a while, and then we moved over there and ended up going with him, and he still, we still talk today. So I mean, good friend. So he. It was a good sponsorship. We had it for a long time. I think we had it for like 8 years, something like that. That's a lot of beer.
Yeah.
You have to tell him your fridge is getting a little empty. You need
He used to hook me up. Yeah, because they do. Miller Cruz does a lot of different beers, kind of like any of the other.
Yeah.
They do, I think, Blue Moon and this and that. So we never ran out.
That's awesome.
Now you said you cook chili. Are you you're a grill guy as well? I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Okay.
Smoked jerky and cook the meats.
Okay.
Yeah.
Traeger, Pit Boss.
It's actually called Grilla. It's a small company, and they actually had better specs on their grills than Traeger, and they were a little bit cheaper, I think, or right around the same price. But they had the double wall. It's just insulated better. It's made better, in my opinion. It's more quality. So I use that all the time, and it's been great.
Is that an ad?
What's that?
Did you used to do an ad?
Yeah, send me another one.
Do you use the flavored pellets or the?
Yeah.
Okay. What flavor of choice?
Whatever they have at the store.
Okay, so it doesn't.
I'll use mesquite every now and then, but I don't get too crazy with it.
Can you tell a difference? You think?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. You can smell it, taste it.
So we've also delved in, and this is a lot less cuisine than your normal like grill and chili talk. But we've also had this new segment where we ask people their Taco Bell orders.
Oh yeah.
What do you have a go-to Taco Bell order that you delve into?
When I go there, actually, I like the Mexican pizza, and I'll add extra meat.
Really?
Yeah.
That's the first Mexican pizza we've got.
Yeah.
So far.
And I like Mexican pizzas, like just like back home. I guess it came from back home when I was in high school. There was this place called Eduardo's, and we used to go there and eat Mexican pizzas, and they were awesome. And I still like, if I go back there today, I'll have, if they're still open. I think they're only open a couple days a week now. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So I'll get the Mexican pizza at Taco Bell, and my son is I always get a bean burrito with him. He's a big bean burrito guy.
Oh yeah.
So he'll just get a bean, like when he goes to a Mexican restaurant, he'll order a bean burrito with 2 sides of beans. So basically, it's just a big ass tortilla with a little bit of cheese on it and a plate full of beans. So we put him in the back of the truck on the way home and just go on our way.
Out for a minute.
Yeah, but a lot of times I'll just go there and just eat tacos.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm a taco guy. I'll stop at the nastiest looking food truck, and that's usually the best taco.
I would say those are always like the best, like even just like hole in the wall place. Like this
you
looks
go
like
for
it's
the carne asada.
Mm-hmm. Carne asada. I like lingua. I like barbacoa. I like pretty much everything.
Is barbacoa? Is that pork?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Or I think barbacoa is like the brisket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The Mexican pizza. If you're going through the drive-through, the Mexican pizza sounds like a nightmare. I've never had one, but it just seems like a disaster.
It is. If you don't eat it in the restaurant, what I've found out is they put it in there and it's really hot, and then they give you the bag and it's tilted on its sideways. So when you get home, all the stuff is on this side, and then there's just this little chip looking at you like, I tried to hold on to them, but you were driving fast. And so I like eating it in the or just right after it's made because it doesn't hold up well in the pickup on the way home. There's nothing worse than a lopsided Mexican pizza. The biggest gift for me is just getting everybody together and being able to see family and the fruits of our labor.
Yeah.
And eating.
Yeah.
Are you still a gamer on the side?
Yeah. I still play stuff.
What kind of games do you?
Just like
any farming simulator?
No. I'll play I'll play Call of Duty sometimes. I'll play like the RPG games.
Mm-hmm.
They're on there. I'm a nerd, so I don't mind saying it and let the world know. But
I hope one time I get in a Call of Duty lobby with Steve and he's just cussing me out, just talking shit to me.
Yeah. Have you? Yeah, I won't bring that up. But yeah, so my son always makes fun of me because when I was playing here in Stillwater, we played at Dirty's Tavern and Roosters. Mm-hmm. The other two of the bars we played at. And so back then, my screen name was Dirty Rooster. It's gotten into this whole thing of its own now. My kids make fun of me and my wife. And I did have a friend of mine that I played Call of Duty with, and he came out to a show in Houston. And I just playing and the song ends. I was here, yeah, Dirty Rooster. And I was like, good God.
Oh, no.
Somebody kick that guy out quick. He's drunk.
I'm assuming, does your son play Call of Duty as well?
Oh, yeah, he plays.
Is he better than you, or are you better
than him? I've been doing this crap for over a decade, and he gets on there. I'm not. He plays the basketball and golf and baseball and all that stuff on there, too, so. I play the nerd games. He plays the jock games.
What specific nerd game do you play the most?
I play all of them.
Oh, he's not one to give up.
Yeah, I don't want people stalking me and be like, yeah, here he is. My wife doesn't want me to answer that question.
So you mentioned a couple of those bars you guys used to play at. What was like? Can you give us a brief rundown of what Stillwater was like when you guys were starting out?
It was a lot different, for sure. The culture was different, in some aspects. But the cool thing, I think live music was a lot more popular. The Red Dirt scene was a lot more popular than what it is now. You go out on a normal night, any night of the week, and you know, myself and like Bowen and Stoney or maybe McClure or Brandon Jenkins, or there'd be 4 or 5 different venues that had acoustic music or bands every night of the week, almost every night of the week. At least one night, every night of the week, you can at least go out and find two live acts. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it happens anymore here. I mean, I know it got replaced a lot with, I know a lot of guys started doing karaoke because it's cheap and, you know, efficient, but you know, it's just not the same. So, that was the biggest thing. And that the fact that everybody lived here back at that time, you know, that was before Bowen moved to Texas, and back when I think all the Ragweed guys lived here too. That was before they moved. But you know, it was just a cool time to be in Stillwater. Yeah. You know, see all that music emerging and taking off in different directions, and you know, kind of branching out to more of a geographical, you know, a bigger geographical area rather than, you know, just being centered around Oklahoma or Stillwater. Mm-hmm. So that was when they kind of took it to the masses, I guess.
Yeah.
Do you think with like the shows in April and stuff, do you think there will be a resurgence of like popularity in the scene? You think people from outside of the scene will start listening, do you think? Or is it just older fans that come back to it?
I think the older fans will maybe rejuvenate it to some of the younger fans. I don't know. I mean, the music scene seems pretty popular. I mean, I see all kinds of artists, you know, emerging, you know, that look like they're my kids, you know, pretty much, you know, these young guys that are coming up, and, you know, social media does so much work for you now. Like, we just didn't have that. Like, you know, I remember my son got on Instagram, like we had, I think, 40,000 followers or 30,000 followers. He's like, how come you don't have any more followers? I'm like, we're from the MySpace generation. We don't have Instagram didn't even come out until we were almost finished touring. Like, yeah. You know, so that actually, I mean, to me, that is one of the biggest engines with increased popularity as far as new artists are concerned. And it takes a lot of the work out of it. You know, you just had to pack your ass in a van or a bus and just travel, sell CDs and word of mouth. And, you know, now it's just so different. You know, people can become famous, you know, almost overnight from one YouTube video, you know, so it's a lot. The dynamics changed a lot, but the heart of the fans are still there. So, you know, I think that, you know, all the fans that were fans back then when we were playing a lot, you know, still are. And, you know, a lot of the kids now, they like good, you know, country or whatever you want to call it, Red Dirt, Texas music. They're still there, you know? Mm-hmm. So I think that, you know, a lot of the older bands, you're already starting to see some of the older bands kind of come out of hiding. I guess ourselves included, you know, we've been pretty consistent in playing at least, you know, once or twice a year. But, you know, you see a lot of artists coming back out that haven't been playing in a long time. So I think that's really cool to see those guys getting back out and doing what they love. And I know they're probably, you know, loving it too. So It's cool.
Yeah.
I would love to see like a massive show similar to that, but I mean, with even more bands from that, like with you guys, like the Damn Quails, like I would love to see like just a full, maybe like a festival, you know, like a full like festival of, you know, leave all the newer stuff off of it and just like bring some of those back. I think that'd be super cool to see.
Yeah, it would have been cool to see more artists on that roster.
Yeah,
you know, but the fact is that, I mean, I get it because, you know, I mean, they're selling out these nights and a lot of people aren't getting the opportunity to go, you know, so it's nice that they're doing so many shows that, you know, these people are getting the opportunity to see them that really want to come out. And it really shows, you know, how strong that fan base was back then. Yeah. I mean, to sell out that stadium, you know, 4 nights in a row, you know, I mean, some of those guys could have done, I mean, Troubadours could have done that on their own, you know, I mean, but yeah, it's really cool to see that happening and that all the fans get to experience that again. Because I know that's been something that's been on a lot of people's mind for a long time. So really cool.
Yeah, and I'm really hoping that like, and I'm sure this will happen. There will be like other events surrounding just the influx of people those 4 nights.
Yeah,
like just around the Strip and around Stillwater of like other artists getting to play that. Yeah. Because there's 4 nights, and I'm sure not everybody's going every single night, but they'll be around.
And we've talked about that. I think we're working on something as well with some cool other bands here at the Tumbleweed. So I think nothing's finalized yet, but we're kind of discussing it. So I think that'll be. It should be, if it pans out, it should be really cool.
I'm glad. I wanted to say it. I'm glad he said it, so I'm not the one responsible for the leak of information.
It's not really a leak yet. It's just a discussion. It's a topic of conversation. So.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's going to be super cool, and we appreciate you coming on every time. It's always a blast, and like I said, we're really looking forward to the show.
Thank you guys for doing what you do, and we appreciate it.
Thank you.
Thank you.